Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's Worimi, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. The reason I still acknowledge the Worimi people, Worimi, the Worimi people, is that one of my guides is of Worimi First Nations, that's Narin. Narin is Worimi for uncle, which is a term of endearment. And he is a spiritual leader and a healer from his tribe. Okay, what I want to have a look at in this particular reading, I'm using my Trip and Wait tarot. I only bought 3 decks, so you're just going to have to make do with what I've got. I was going to do a reading on Netanyahu. I was tossing up between whether doing Netanyahu or the debate, but I was settling on the Netanyahu. I think his ending is incredibly near. So we've got Benjamin Netanyahu, the so-called leader in Israel who refused to step down despite losing an election. The protests, well, I don't even know that he lost the election. I think he might have just declared no election, ordered the military into Gaza. Oh, if you want to know what readings I've done on that particular invasion, etc., in the past, I just pop Netanyahu or Gaza or anything along those lines in the search option, and you'll find them. But I just wanted to have a look at Netanyahu himself today. So he's being defiant against the protesters. The protests are ramping up. Especially now that he has steadfastly refused to engage in a ceasefire in regards to the conflict. And just the other day, there were 6 hostages that were found in tunnels beneath Gaza that had basically been executed as Hamas withdrew from the area. So now this, I'm not on either side. I'm not on Israel's side. I'm not on Gaza's side. I'm not on Hamas's side. I'm not on the IDF's side. I'm on nobody's side. I am simply anti-war, anti-killing, anti-conflict. Now, these 6 hostages, I believe there were about 4 of them in their early to mid-20s who could have been released unharmed if a ceasefire had actually been agreed to. So what's happening is that Netanyahu is being very defiant against the protesters, demanding a ceasefire. The right-wing section of his government is trying to shut down protests. I suspect there are secrets there. Well, first of all, his lunacy, but there are secrets there that will be revealed. And we've got the light being shone in the dark. We then have the Page of Swords, there's Spy in the Camp, the Whistleblower. There is a money trail, and he's going to find himself on the end of a big stick. So I have often seen there is a money trail there. There were agreements made, and here is the collective rising up of the people. Demanding that he go. So let's have a look. What does the future hold for Benjamin Netanyahu? For those that have been watching me for a while will know that I see both this and the Ukraine conflict literally within fingertip reach of being finished. But let's have a look. Let's have a look. Show me Netanyahu himself. What's happening and going forward with Benjamin Netanyahu? Come on down. Welcome to my generic Australian New Zealand tea towel as my cloth here, and let's get started. Well, here are the protests. Absolutely. First card out, the protesters out in the street demanding. Crossing this is the trying to steal the truth, trying to steal and make his way out of town. I don't know that Netanyahu will try to flee. He's simply trying, well, not even simply, he is basically trying to distort the facts, steal the truth to his own gain. And this is very much comes from also trying to shut down the protesters. He's basically trying to just manipulate the truth because there are secrets. Absolutely, some really dastardly secrets going on as the foundation, because I'm asking about Netanyahu himself. There may also be some infighting within government as well. But yeah, it's just, ugh. There are big secrets. In the past, restrictive, the truth being restrictive, finding himself restricted. There is the UN, is it the UN that's put out an arrest warrant for him? No, the criminal court. Sorry, my apologies. The criminal court, International Criminal Court, has put out an arrest warrant on him, and where he faces arrest if he travels to the majority of countries. Unfortunately, the US isn't one of them. He's finding himself restricted by the truth. The truth is getting out there. He's finding himself restricted in the past. Crowning this reading, he's out the front going, yeah, 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 rah, 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 rah. He's finding himself further and further entrapped by his rhetoric. Because if you look in the background, you've got people are simply not buying it. They're walking away. This also may have been Trump and Netanyahu at Mar-a-Lago, putting out a joint statement type thing, going, yeah, we're all brilliant, etc. People aren't buying it. They're not. It's not. It's not holding any water. Okay, the immediate future. Well, there's Russia in the picture as well. So those that have followed me for ages will know that my initial reading in October of last year in regards to the cross-border incursion, Russia was front and centre in regards to that. It's also my Iran card as well, but I'm feeling it's more Russia here. Netanyahu externally, the world is watching and the end is coming. Internally, he's going to have to face a really harsh truth. Hopes and fears. He's desperately going to try and defend his position. We've got celebration there. What's this celebrating? Celebrating in the streets, celebrating the strengths. Because the genie will be out of the bottle. Okay. Do not be surprised if he holds some sort of celebration as trying to come across as a strong man, but he thinks he's got his ducks all lined up in a row, but the genie is out of the bottle as to his manipulations. With the magician there, his manipulations, and here is a potential ceasefire. There's work going on behind the scenes. 3 are involved, the US, Israel, and I assume Hamas, or another factor here. We've got a decision being made, a really powerful decision being made there, a collective awakening, a call to arms, a judgment moment. Okay, where's this going? So, for Benjamin Netanyahu, let's see, he's going to be, well, literally, he is trying to steal. He's going to be back on the back foot. So I want to have a look at the protesters themselves. They're not good cards for Netanyahu, but we're not quite there yet. Or so close. I feel like I can actually touch it. But let's have a look. Will the protesters cut through? Oh, he's going to have to defend himself about some really nasty secrets that will be revealed about who he had dealings with, I suspect. He's going to find himself backed into a corner. Going to hang on though. Well, when I say hang on, he's going to try and hang on. Let's have a look. Show me will the protesters be able to oust Netanyahu? Not even the protesters. Will Benjamin Netanyahu be ousted in the near future? Will the uprising of the people, the will of the people, oust Netanyahu? You want that one? Okay, oust Netanyahu. You want that one back there. Okay, so do what I'm told. Right. Well, the card that fell out that I hadn't seen until right now is the Wheel of Fortune. The wheel is turning. Times are changing. Absolutely. Challenged by, will Benjamin Netanyahu be ousted? Yes, because the message that he is trying to carry is too cumbersome, too burdensome, it's too difficult a load, and he's simply not going to make it to safety. Foundation, a plan looking overseas. Okay, a plan coming to fruition and looking overseas. So is Netanyahu going to be ousted? Well, here's Russia in the past. Well, they can have him. If he decides he wants to flee to Russia, they can have him. And crowning this reading, we've got the big stick. This may simply be the deal he did with Russia, the deals he's done with those that are overseas. But, Ace of Wands, big stick, new beginning, new plan, new communication. We've got balance and moderation, but it also is trying to dispel the toxicity. Oh, here's the criminal court here, the International Criminal Court. And externally, internally, here he is with his win at any cost, stay in power, regardless, abuse of power, betrayal, treason, you name it. Okay, I think what I've got here is that he's trying to spin a yarn, trying to spin it. He's frantically pouring from cup to cup to try and restore some sort of balance. I don't think it's going to work for him. Really don't feel it's going to work for him. Hopes and fears. Joe Biden, the Biden administration. So I really think Biden wants this sorted before the election, or even before, if it's after the election, before he goes. But I think he wants it sorted before the election. Benjamin Netanyahu. See you later. With the death card, we've got the higher authorities. The government, I think there might be some infighting within the government itself. And then we have the judgment card. I think the government itself is going to turn on him or someone within the government sooner rather than later. It just feels. So Biden, I'm getting, wants it done by the election, whether he succeeds or not. But he definitely wants it done before the inauguration. But we've got here the money changing hands, the plan, looking overseas with the plan. Netanyahu, his back's going to be up against the wall, and his star belongs to the past due to his mercenary actions, his mercenary, foolish actions. This is just what's on the bottom. And I think he's going to find that his hoarded wealth that he gained from this exercise is going to dribble through his fingers. He's going to be stopped and he's going to be disappointed in the outcome. He may even face prison. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. But his health might suffer. His health might really suffer. Well, do I look worried? Okay, so again, another reading in which it does not end well for Benjamin Netanyahu. So thank you for joining me, and I shall see you for the very final reading tonight. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.